Good afternoon, everybody. How's things? It's really warmed up a little bit, hasn't it? The sun's shining, the sky's blue, and we're indoors. At least we have aircon, I suppose, but not downstairs. Well, not everywhere. But we're getting through. We're doing all right, and hopefully you are too. So I'm going to take a little bit of time out now, and we're going to have a look at the next tile in our set, 265. I think the next one is going to be, our next sort of main one, 300. How long is it going to take us to get to tile 300? And then I think the next milestone is going to be what? Tile 500? Do you think we're going to get that far? It's yeah, it's all going, isn't it? So what have I got today then? I've got a regular cream tile, but I have inked it. I've used a regular water-based ink pad. I've spritzed it with a bit of water. And to be honest, I left it on the windowsill to sort of dry off, and it's done really well. So I've got a bit of an ombre kind of effect here, but it doesn't matter. You can use whatever colour tile you like, or you can ink it to whatever you want to do. So what do I have with me? Regular pen, pencil, tortillon. I do have some coloured pencils with me today as well, and we'll see how far we get, shall we? Oh, here we go then. Oh, do you know, it's just lovely to have everybody. It's like meeting friends again. And honestly, if you've managed to sort of cope with me last night and today, I think we're doing pretty well, aren't we? If you didn't sort of catch me last night, I did do a video on how to use bouquet and sort of create a little bit of a larger tile. So you need to go back and have a look at that. Well, I enjoyed it anyway, and I hope you did. So I want to put a bit of a guide in here. I'm not going to use too much pencil here because I know if I try and rub it out, I'm gonna sort of rub out my ink in the background. But I want a little line just so I know where I'm working in the middle there. That's all. Just so I know where I'm going, because of course, go straight in with pen. I know it can be a bit scary. He's trapped. So I only just got that trapped in the bedroom. I missed the other part of it. I hope you're okay and you can get out the window. All right. So here we go. Straight in. That's made me laugh. Straight in with a pen. Are we ready for this? Well, okay. I'm going to start with a line. Again, you might sort of want to sort of watch me do this before you start it, because I'm not drawing a line completely all the way up at the top. See, I've got quite a space at the bottom here. And let's have a look. Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit higher. Space at the top. So if you want to have a look, you can see it's sort of compared to where my lid is, it's quite a way. And then at the bottom, I don't know, maybe about 1.5 centimetres, something like that. Don't need to worry too much. It's just that I want a little bit of space at the top here. Okay? So let's come on in then. All right. Oh, Kathy in Florida. I love Florida. Oh, okay, are we ready? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with a little sort of triangle shape on the top there. Again, not too far because I want this space. And then I'm going to add in the middle a little bobble. I'm going to fill it in. There you go. It's nice against the coloured background, isn't it? And these little splodgies. Okay. So from there, I'm going to come in the middle. And I'm going to come up and around. You see, I've got a little bit of a flat top there. So it's sort of repeating what we've got there a little bit. And then I want to come and do another one here. You can put a little kink in it if you like. You don't have to be exactly the same. And then same on this one. There we go. That gives me 3. So see if I can get another one in here. Here. I'm just sort of bringing it back to the point there. The same here. So they don't all have to have that kinky put in if you like. Like a little carnation almost, isn't it? Alright, so I'm going to come back to this first petal here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a curve from here to here. Now you can do it the other way if you like. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put a second one in. Alright, let's do that with all of them. So starting from the edge, 2 little curves. And the same on this one. And of course, if you've gone the other way and you've put your curve in the other direction, then you need to do the same with all these as well. It's just nice to have that little bit of consistency in there. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to come in now this side. I'm going to put 2 lines this way. Like little bandages, aren't they, almost? And same there. Okay, so each time I'm adding 2 little stripes. Let's do the same on this one and this one. There we go. It's quite nice, isn't it? It's a little bit different. Okay, just going to come in the middle here. I'm going to thicken up that space a little bit, just in the top there. So we know it's very definitely sort of a join. Okay. Oh, at the dentist. Oh, I hope it's not too much treatment you need. Oh, frighten me to death, they do, dentists. Oh. There we go. Same on this side. When I say the same, it's about the same. Okay, so that's a little bit shorter, but really doesn't matter. Okay. So let's focus on this one first. I'm going to bring it up a little bit more. And then again, let's bring in this sort of little shape flat on the top and bring it round. And then up and along. And let's fill in that little bit there. Okay? Just a little bit bigger, that's it. So again, from the middle, I'm going to come up, and again you can keep it flat if you want to. You can curve it a little bit, or you can even point the ends if you want to. It's absolutely fine. Just we want to have a bit of a petal shape on there, so you want to change it about a bit, and into another one. And of course on the other side, let's do this one. So that's going to go slightly behind that one, but that's fine. There we are. Okay, so looking at the stripes here, I actually worked from left to right, so I'm going to do the same again. But of course you can do the same if you've started going from right to left, then that's what I sort of suggest you continue doing. And in we go. Let's turn it round. So I'm going to do these first because I think I don't get so confused if I put these in, and then I can come back and do these ones. There you go. That's like little flip-flops. There you go. Then that one there. So we've got that little shape there. So obviously we're going to do the same on this one here. So let's bring in that sort of triangular shape there. Oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do on that one. Let's go a little bit heavier there. There you go. And then a little loop. There we go. And again, I'm going to fill that in. Of course, you could keep that unfilled if you want, or use a different colour. It's nice to have that little bit of something there, gives it a bit of shape there, doesn't it? So here we go. Over the top, we're going to, again, keep it straight, or you can add a little bit of a curve in there. Really, whatever sort of comes to hand. And one on that side, one on this side, and then along here. So it's going to go under there, and then one on this side is going on there. I can thicken that up a bit there. Don't forget then, do I? So as before, let's put these little lines. We're sort of working on one side, then the other. Do those two as well. And see, that one's going to sort of hide behind there. again, I'm not going to see 2 in that one because it's gone behind. And putting these little crosses in there. There we go. Alright, let's have a look at where we're at so far. Oh, look at that, that's nice. I think another set, I'm going to put one here. So it's a little bit smaller this time. And then another one here. Alright, might go a little bit more there. There we go. And then back in with that loop, little triangle shape, loop in the middle, fill it in. And then up and along. So once you get the hang of it, you could perhaps do all 3 on one side, well 2 on one side, and bring your others round. There you go. But there's no rush, just take your time with it, and just enjoy putting that ink on the paper there. And filling these lines in. I mean, you could actually fill this and the whole petal if you wanted with these little crisscross lines. You could even take them underneath. They would work nicely like that. But I'm going to keep them as is for now. Okay, so let's go back into this one and just hang on, thicken the line. Back as before, in we go, sort of a triangular shape with a loop in the middle, and I'm going to fill the loop in. So up and along, and then the second one this side. I think I'm sort of keeping some of them quite straight and some of them are slightly more curved. Oh, I'm getting a bit of a mixture in. Okay, there we go. So back in with these little stripes across the top of the petal there. And same on this side. Okay. And then same on this side, I'm going to do that sort of pot shape there. See, just sort of curving it along. So we've got our sort of unusual bouquet, but it's a bouquet nonetheless. I'm going to come in a little bit bigger. What I want to do now, I'm going to create from this top one, I'm going to do a little, sort of a little swirl line all the way down to the bottom there. Okay, and then let's go a little bit bigger. What I'm going to do is thicken up this sort of section of the line here, just sort of part of it. So you know, if you pick another side, then as long as you keep it the same, you've sort of got this line going through. And I'm going to thicken up these little bits here. See where it's sort of, there you go, a bit there. And then same with this one, I'm going to sort of come from here and create this sort of looping line. Get a bit closer when you get to the bottom. And then thicken up these sort of parts of the curve there. Similar thing, see? And then these lines I'm going to add a little bit of white to. Same with this one. And along we go. And then again, just sort of pick part of it and add a little bit of thickness. Hi everybody. Don't worry if you've just clicked in. You're not late. You can watch it back. Absolutely fine. You just sort of enjoy it and you can see where it goes and then come back in and have a go at it later. See, oh, it's got a bit of line there. Just sort of thicken a few of those bits up you can see. And then this one, just gonna again do these swirls and thicken up part of the line and draw in those little bits. Okay, let's have a look at this. Oh, there you go. So we've got that kind of thing going on. So I think now we're going to sort of come address the bottom a little bit, because it needs a little bit of weight here so it doesn't look like it's floating. So what I'm going to do is just turn it to one side, and I'm going to create quite a large sort of loop shape. So here we go. There we go. See, loop. It's going to come back round on itself and back in, and I'm going to take it back to the point. Okay. So coming sort of from this top edge, I'm going to come back in and round. See, back in and round. And another one. And another one. And another one. I think I'm going to even do another one. There you go, it's got a bit of shape to it there, hasn't it? Okay. So I think, because this can look a little confusing, you think, is it part of this? Is it part of that? Is it the background? So I'm going to come in and put a little one there so you can tell that it's still part of this here. I think that's quite nice. So let's do something similar on the other side. Come on in, create the loop, back around and to the point. And then I'm going to come in from this edge, come all the way around and in. The same again, all the way around and in. I'm going to do that a few times. Let's have a look, see what we think. Yeah, I'm going to get another one in. Okay, I'm not going to go all the way in here. Just going to leave it at that point. And then I'm just going to bring out a little line either side. Put a bubble in there to finish it. And then I'm going to create this little sort of loop with a loop inside on the end. Then a loop and a loop inside on the end. Okay, maybe a little bit of a curl there, look. One there, so we're going one there. So looking at these little loops that we've just done. Oh, Tracy, I have no idea how I think about them all. I think depends how I feel, and I try and give people a different variation, so I don't sort of draw flowers, or I don't think I do all the time, and it's nice to, you know, have that challenge. I think some we like better than others, I'm sure, but we attempt them all. I think each one, even if you don't like it, if you do it, each one teaches you something. So I quite like that aspect of it. Okay, see, we've got these lovely sort of little things coming off. So I want a few more of those. So let's bring one out sort of up this way. So I'm going to create this sort of long line and coming up, putting this loop on the end with a loop in the middle. And then from here I'm going to bring in another one. There you go, loop on the end, and then another. I'm going to bring another one from there as well. Let's fill this space we've got. I'm not going to do the little wiry loops yet. I'm going to do all these first, I think. Go straight in with another. They're really nice to draw, actually. Let's have one sequence. It's almost coming off of there and up there. And up in here. going to have it real close there. I don't want it to sort of look the same as the other side. There we go, little loops. And another one maybe coming off there. I'm going to have it sort of sitting there, so it's going behind that one a bit. And then another one. So you need to look at your tile and think, how many do I want of these? Where am I going to fit them? How are they going to sort of work together? See, that looks quite lonely on its own, so let's have another one here. Ooh, there you go, filling those in. Okay, maybe just to balance. Double one here. There we go. Oh, I am honoured today with a cup of tea. Thank you very much, Leslie. No, but to be fair, you're very busy downstairs.
I am. Afternoon, guys.
So I didn't think I was going to get one today because we were very busy downstairs. But that's a good thing. Keeps them out of trouble, honestly. Okay.
I'm saying nothing.
Oh, don't upset my elf. Okay. Little swirls. Yeah, we have a couple of shows coming up, so we're working towards those and finishing off today's shop orders. So, you know, we're on Hobby Maker Thursday and Friday 6 AM. Woohoo! Love that. And then and then we're at Crafters TV on the 24th. So we're working on that at the moment as well. So we've not been there. We didn't go last month. We had a bit of a break, but we were really busy getting the takeover show ready, so we couldn't do everything. But yeah, we're back there this month. Woohoo! Oh, Bonnie, I will pass on your kind regards. I'm sure she's sort of watching as she's doing things, but she might have missed your message. So I will. She's not angry at me, really. There you go. So that one's sort of sitting behind there. There we go. It's really nice doing these little sort of swirls. They don't have to all be the same size or close together or the same distance apart. Oh, good morning, Clarice. Seems a little bit weird saying good morning when it's afternoon here, but this is how it is. Okay, let's have a look at this. All right, so we've got a little bit of a central kind of image today. I'm not going to put a border around anything like that. I wanted it to sort of be a little bit different in the sense that we don't always need a border if we don't want to. You can put one if you like. And of course, no zingers. But we've got an unusual kind of little zinger, so maybe we'll go with that. I think a few bubbles. I think what I can do, let's have a look. I'm going to just bring in a couple little lines with dots. Sort of almost like little buds. Again, you could bring in your gel pens for this. Looks like it's waving, look. And add a little bit of interest that way, or you could use a white pen, depending on your background, of course, what colour tile you've used. There you go. Alright, it's lovely, I like this. So now we've got to think about what we're going to bring out and what we're going to sort of do with this. I'm going to start with pencil, because I'm not going to colour everything in. Oh, Tracy, these are regular tiles, so these are 8.2 centimetres square. I don't actually have a macro tile with me at the minute, or I could have given you a change. Perhaps if John's heard me, he might go and fetch me one, if I'm good. Or he might have pretending to be deaf. Oh no, he's heard me. Could you fetch me a macro tile, please?
Yes, sir. Master.
Oh, give over. Do you know? He's going to fetch one. this. This is crazy, crazy. Everybody jumps to attention. I run a tight ship. Thank you very much, sir.
Do you want that colour?
That colour's fine.
Fine.
Thank you, Chris. Here we go. So here's a macro tile. Hang on a second. I can't go any bigger. Hang on. There you go. There's your macro. And here's your regular tile. There you go. So it's a little bit, obviously, it's a little bit over halfway, so it's not sort of a quarter of this, but it just gives you a nice sort of fitting shape there. So there we go. All right, where were we? Shading. Here we go. So I've added some shade to the bottom here, and I'm going to come around the tops and add a little bit just in the edges on the top there. Okay, just a little bit of a mark there too. And same this side, so filling that middle in. A little bit on that top there, it looks like an eye almost, doesn't it? And then just little bits around the top edge there. Okay, a little bit there. I'm going to also bring a little bit just in here, just on each of these little flowers. I'm going to put some sort of colour in the petals anyway, so that's all we're going to do with the pencil there. So here we go, tortillon, and let's pull out the graphite from the base there, and then see these little bits on the top here. There you go. Very gentle, just give them a little once over with the tortillon. I'm not trying to extend it all the way down, I just want a little bit of shadow there, just so they look like they're overlapping or going underneath each other. See? And then same on this side, just pull out that graphite there, and then soften off those edges, and sort of giving it that little sense of shadow in that bit as well. There you go. So looking at the tops here again, I'm just ever so gently gonna soften off those little bits and pieces. I just want a little bit of darkness underneath there. So just giving it a little bit of depth there. So that's that one. I'm not going to do anything with these in terms of shading. I'm going to see how I feel. I might put a bit of colour in. But, okay, let's have a look at the petals. So being that I've got a sort of orangey coloured background, I'm going to come in with, I've got a bit of red. Then I need maybe slightly darker. I've got an orange. Some dark red. So I've got those few, and of course I'm going to bring in, maybe you've got a purple or a dark blue. I'm going to bring a bit of purple in there as well. And I'm not going to colour it seriously, I'm just going to add a little bit of something to it. So as we know, we can't really blend these pencils. We can, but we can't blend them with the tortillon. So just be aware of that. And you can see I'm just sort of taking it easy and adding some to the sides there. Let's do that one as well. So I find it easier to sort of do a little bit and move it. So then you're constantly sort of doing your own. Your hand's not moving, but your tile is. Same with this one. And of course, we want the flowers to be the most important thing. Hence why we're adding the colour to these. And we've just shaded the petals, or the leaves rather, in the background. Okay, so little bits. There we go. And I'm going to bring in that slightly lighter red. Just going to go over everything again. Just ever so lightly. There's not that much, in terms of space and size anyway, so. There we go. You see, it just sort of adds that extra layer. And because my pencil crayons are close colours together, they're going to sort of go over each other, and they're not going to be too much of an issue to sort of combine. But you know, I don't want to spend the whole hour colouring these in. I just want a little bit of colour on there. So let's go with it. You see, so that's sort of a couple of reds in there. Just give it a bit of interest. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can use sort of paper stumps, you see, and you can actually get pencil blenders as well, which, if you've got quite a large area, I find them quite useful. Or you could actually use a very small amount of baby oil. That's it. Sometimes you might want that texture in there. You see here, they're sort of working together pretty nicely anyway, so don't worry too much about that. Because this is such a small area and we're working over a colour to sort of start with, you're going to get that colour coming through. So it's going to give it a little bit of a hint. Just have a look at this, at where we're at. Okay, so we've got that kind of thing going on. Maybe I'm just going to go over once more. Now, I have said this many times with pencils, that you can only sort of add in so many layers of the same colour before you find that it doesn't want to add more layers anymore. And depending on the quality of your pencils, it'll depend on how many layers you can get out of it. Of course, if you wanted to use just your regular pencil, or you've got pastel pencils, then you could do this and you could use the tortillon. I'm going to come in with my purple and just sort of along the bottom there, I'm going to add a little bit of that purple in. You can see just sort of coming along, and it actually shows up more because it's different sort of colour. If I was trying to use the red again, you'd probably find it wouldn't show up as well. It gives it a little bit of shape there. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit just sort of underneath, you know those stripes underneath there. Not too much because they're quite small anyway, so we don't want to completely overcrowd it with this purple. We just want to give it a little bit of shape there. There you go. Alright. So it'd be kind of nice with the stripes to have a bit of gel pen on, wouldn't it? But I think I'm going to come in just with the dark red and fill in those little shapes on the edge there. There you go. I'm not going to even try and blend them in. I'm leaving that little sort of stripe in the middle, just filling in those on the edge. So there we go. And again, if you wanted to just use a block colour with these, you can. So I don't think you've got to do any blending, or as I say, you could just use your regular pencil. That's absolutely fine. Don't want to sort of press you into using colour if you don't want to. That's fine. Or you could do it all monochrome if you wanted. Just different sort of shades of greys, that would look quite nice. But I think being that my tile's got a shade of colour in the background, just working with it. Okay. Now, Smoffy, you will see tangles and different patterns everywhere you look. It's inevitable now, you have the bug. Okay, I've got my white chalky pencil here, and I'm going to come in and add some on the edges of those little leaves there. I'm not going to blend it or anything, just want to add a bit of a highlight. See? And then maybe just sort of in the middle of, not that you might not sort of see all of this, but just giving it a little centre highlight in each of those, sort of the top stripe. Just going to come back in, I think, with my regular pencil. Okay, and just see where you've got, I'll do the big one first, where you've got this one that goes underneath. Just going to add a little bit of pencil underneath, so you've got that little bit of shadow there. And still little bits. There we go. So you're just sort of adding a touch. Might not even blend this actually, I'll have a look at it in a minute. It's so small. But we just wanted that little bit. Oh, just a bit of red there. Just wanted that little bit of a hint. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe a touch. Just a little bit on the larger pieces. Okay. And then, okay, yeah, while I'm in with the white, I've got my white pen here. Add a little bit of white into, maybe a few dots as well, into some of those. Oh, there. So you don't really see much, but we know it's there because I've already got a bit of a mottled background anyway. It sort of fits in there. Okay, right, let's have a look at this. Okay, so a little bit quicker than some of them we've done. We've got quite a few bits going on there. You could make a whole bunch of these. You could actually have this so it went all the way around with a circle in the middle. So that would look quite nice. Or you could do just a regular tile with no background and just as in black and white, as we've said, whatever you want to do. But I hope this has given you a bit of inspiration. Here, there, last one isn't least, signature. So have a go at it, see what you can come up with, and enjoy it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be posting out there. And yeah, I'll see you soon. So I think our next time now is going to be Thursday on Happy Maker. So yeah, a day off tomorrow. Oh, well, not quite. But yeah, all prep and everything ready for the show's Thursday. So I will see you then. Don't forget Friday morning as well. Goodness me, Friday morning, 6 AM show. And then back for the tile Friday at 2 o'clock. So goodness me, a bit of a busy week, but that's all good because I love what I do. So I will see you soon. All right, you take care. Bye.